Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is the 3rd of December as I'm recording this, and the new reserve is out. Now, please don't hate me for butchering this, but this takes place in Germany, much like our beloved Hirschfelden Park, or Hirschfelden Reserve. This is SALZWEISEN Park. And I'm so excited to get started on this map. I don't know anything about it. I have purposefully kept myself blind when it comes to this map because I wanted to be taken totally by surprise. Now, the only things I do know about this map are the Great One Pheasant announcement as well. Very excited to get started looking for those. I've not been very good at bird hunting, but that's the cool part about SALZWEISEN Park. It is very reminiscent in not just aesthetics to Hirschfelden, but they also have an outdoor range as well. This range includes clay pigeons, so you can refine your skills in bird hunting and shooting targets out of the air on the fly. I'm very excited to try that out so I can get better at bird hunting. I don't know where to begin. There's so much to uncover here very clearly. Okay, there's already a ring-necked pheasant over here. What else? There's another pheasant. Oh, that's a grouse. So this one is also bird hunter. I'm assuming a bird hunter's paradise. Of course, we're not only just going to go over the map itself and what's new here, but there's also more DLC that has came out with the announcement and release of SALZWEISEN Park. So let me get through this outpost here, this tutorial, and let's check it out together. Right off the bat, this lodge is beautiful. This lodge is incredible. So I'm seeing some whitetail here mounted on the wall. There's some smaller red deer racks here next to him as well. Very exciting. I don't think there's any white-tailed deer in this region, which kind of throws me off. But I could be wrong. They could have introduced white-tailed deer here. Let me see. There's another white-tail. Wow. I can't tell if that's a gator or a crocodile, unfortunately. There's some bigger portraits, better-looking portraits, clearer portraits. Usually you have, like, faces like this, but they're usually low res, so like the people in it are unidentifiable for a reason. But this is really cool. There's actually some clear photography and some screenshots from the game even. That's a collared peccary from Quattro. That's really interesting. There's a pool table. There's a really cool rifle up here on the wall. This looks like a lodge in and of itself, which is kind of alluring to me. I wonder what all they have planned. There's a spiral staircase here. I want to go ahead and go up it because there is... if I can get up here, there is an outlook point up here, I'm assuming, at the top of these stairs. This is not just an outpost, it's an outlook. And they introduced this concept, I'm pretty sure they did at least, they introduced this concept in Emerald Coast, the Australian reserve. So, very interesting. I'm glad they're going to stay dedicated to this. I don't mind going out of my way to look for outposts, but it's really, like, the unique outpost-outlook combinations make things a lot easier. So, of course, as expected, since this is less of a reserve and more of like a park, this map is not very big at all. So there's very few outposts across the map. I don't think there's any other outlooks from what I can see. This is our only one. So that should tell you just how big this park is. Very interesting. I think I like this idea. Don't get me wrong, I like gigantic maps, huge maps, but I also like these itty-bitty little parts and pieces kind of maps. Things that aren't like super great and you have to spend lots of time on, but also like here's a little bit here and there. Like take this park here and there. I also see some challenges. From what I'm seeing here, they've also updated. This used to be it's been so long since it's actually worked. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like it was in beta for a really long time, and it would sometimes work and sometimes don't. It would give you like XP or money dependent on what it was. So I'm really glad to see this is being revamped, so this part of the game will actually work later on. On top of that, I'm going to go take a look at our dogs here. Now, I do have two dogs, or two bloodhounds. I use one, obviously, more than the other, and that's Pooch. He's been in most, if not all, of my YouTube videos since the Bloodhound DLC was released. I love him very much. He's very useful. He's a fantastic companion. Oh, I actually haven't chosen his little final perk here. Your dog has a small chance to find the harvest without needing to follow the trail. Your dog has a chance to ward off predator attacks. I don't want predator attacks. I don't want that to be warded off because I want to be able to hunt and kill things, even if they come to me and attack me. like wolves, for example. So I do think I want Master Tracker. There's a reason I bring my dog up, because we may be on the second floor right now, but once I get down here and go into my inventory, there's yet another dog to play with. And I'm so excited to check him out. There is also a new gun DLC. It's a Huntsman's Rifle DLC. There's a Force Elite 300 mag. So there's a new 300 mag out. I think I much prefer the tactical, but I will take this anyways just to give it a shot. There's also the Johansson. I'm assuming, since it's German, I'm pronouncing that right. Johansson 450. I will take that as well. And there was one more, but it seems to have disappeared. So I'll have to go looking for that here in just a moment. But even more than that, we should have another dog. Now, the new DLC includes a German short-haired pointer. Very exciting. I think these models are great. They've done such a good job on these dogs. They look fantastic. And there's so many different fur types to choose from. There's the liver ticked, the liver, so completely chocolatey brown red all over. The liver roan, which is mostly red brown and then with speckles of white. There's liver white, who is mostly white. There's more like the border collie kind of appeal, where it has like a black helmet or a reddish helmet and like a white neck and chest. And then there's a liver white patched tick, which is what I feel is, since I work at a pet store, I see all kinds of dogs like this day in, day out. This is the kind of short-haired pointer that I see a lot of the time. So let's go ahead and pick our dog. Now, I want something a little more unique, and I like this look of the dog a lot more. So let's go ahead and buy our short-haired pointer here, and let's figure out a name. So there's Pooch, and there's Mutt. So this one will be Hound. Hello, Hound. Of course, for bloodhounds, that's your, like, tracking prey and tracking harvests. That's its primary purpose in Call of the Wild. Then you have your Labrador Retriever. And the Retriever, obviously, it's in the name. It's a retriever. It can swim and retrieve smaller prey for you. You can pick up birds, rabbits, etc., and bring them to you, depending on their size. Now, the pointer. The German short-haired pointer is an energetic and familial gun dog with a lot of enthusiasm for hunting game of all sizes. It thrives on vigorous exercise and loving companionship with its owner. With a range of commands, your German short-haired pointer can track and pinpoint the location of many types of animals ranging from classes 1 through 9. Not to mention, this dog is confirmed to be able to flush animals. This means your dog can rush in and scare your birds so that they fly into the air and you can pick them off one by one. So you set your dog after them after you're a certain range away. The dog runs out, the birds fly up, you shoot, the birds fly down. Very straightforward. Very excited for this. This is something that Call of the Wild fans everywhere for years have been very excited for. They've begged for something like this for a very long time. So very pleased to see this in the game now. I don't know if I'll keep it as active just yet until I get a little more used to the park here. But I have a feeling both the Retriever and the Pointer would be very good here. For now, I'm going to keep Pooch enabled, and I'm going to wander around the park and see what all lies in store. And finally, to get us started, our loadout today is obviously the 22 LR. We're going to be using the Varminter rifle. We're going to be using the Tactical 308 and the Tactical 300. I may go back at some point and change my loadout to reflect the new guns, but for now, this is what we'll do. There's raccoon dogs here. So that's something that's not on Hirschfelden, to my knowledge. Raccoon dogs are not available on Hirschfelden, so that's new. I didn't know they were in this area here. So let's go check it out. This one's 14 to 18 pounds. Maybe this will be our first little zone that we unlock on the park. Oh, geese. Wrong gun. I think. No, this is the right gun. I'm losing time here. Let's just find one and go for it. Well, I was wrong. I think there's still geese down here. Oh no, they're grouse. Well, that one's defensive, and it's not going anywhere, so we'll just pick her up and go. Now, this did not give me any zones whatsoever. I wonder if these... There we go. I was going to be a little apprehensive if the map was not going to offer any zones. There's a red fox down here, too. I think I'll give it a shot if I can point it out here. Well, I don't see the fox here, but I think I do have a collar. So let me see. I do. I'm also hearing geese above my head here. Am I going to be able to ping these? Yes. Well, that didn't work. Oh, there's the raccoon dog. I didn't know that was that close. Holy shit. Already off the bat, I'm noticing this map is teeming with life. It is just everywhere. I know this is a bit of a smaller map, but it seems like there are just animals everywhere, from birds to foxes to raccoon dogs, every bit. So here's our... What was that? Am I being attacked or is something flying off? Something's flying off. Nice! We've already got a ring-necked pheasant. Anyway, this is our first animal of the day. We did headshot her from 160 yards away, but she was only a silver. She's a female, level 1, so I'm not expecting anything too crazy. She scored 86.16, just barely above silver. Gold for these animals is 105, and diamond is 120. We're definitely not going to take her home. She's nothing to sneeze at. I'm sure if she were any other hunter, she would make them very, very, very happy. Not me. Let's see what this ringneck pheasant scores. All right. He was a 2 miner. We kind of shot him on the fly. We shot him in the spine there. I kind of thought we shot him in the cloaca there, little butthole. He was barely below gold. Gold is 15.50. He scored 15.27, which is a very, very, very high silver. Despite the very high silver rating, we're not going to take him home. I don't have a lot of ring-necked pheasants in my lodge. I'm not a bird hunter by any means, but this could change my mind. Diamond is 20.29, so if we find any ring-necked pheasants, they're either going to be diamond or they're going to be great ones. Now, I'm not expecting, it's wrong of me to expect great one spawns right off the bat for, like, initial spawns, but it would be nice. It's nice to fantasize about. Oh, here's some more geese. And black grouse. Do they rest in the same places at the same time? Either way, this is really interesting. 2, a 3, a 3, a 4. There's 2 level 4 geese over here, from what I can see, what I can spot. I'd like to know what one that one in the middle there scores. A 1. Okay, so we're gonna try to be as efficient as possible. So we've got our 22 LR rifle here, and I'm gonna zero for 164 and aim just a little bit high. That one's dead. And that one's calm. I'm going to try to aim very high. Not high. Oh, that was too high. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, I need to calm down here. Oh, there's some more birds over here. That's a 2, so not a diamond. Let me see. Anyone else out here? No. Cool. Well, in that case, I think it would be in our best interest to just inch just the tiniest bit closer. See what I can do. Oh, there's another big group here behind. Wow, there's so many geese here. Okay, nothing of any particular incredible value here, this flock of geese. But I do still want that level 4, who is still 300 yards away. So I think I am just going to bite the bullet here, scare off the geese to my right, and inch forward towards the geese in the back. Oh, that's a pretty big grouse. I might try to take both of them if I can. How's the pressure here? Yeah, I can afford to take them. Alrighty, I'm going to try not to scare off this guy again. But I'm going to aim just a little bit high. He's about 200 to 220 yards away. Nailed him right in the back. And this one is closer than what it looks, so I don't have to aim super high. That's 3 birds down in this area. Let's go pick them up. There also should be birds out here. Where I've been shooting, there's probably not going to be any. But check these areas, these wide open areas especially, for bird zones. See, look, all the way out there. I can't even spot them. There's birds out there. I know Hirschfelden was very good for geese. So I have no doubt in my mind that this map is also going to be very, very, very good. Wide open for geese. Let's pick up our first goose here. Alrighty. This one's a brown. It's a tundra bean goose. Okay, I thought that was a gray lag. Interesting. Ooh. Well, we hit him in the bra there, the furcula. He scored 2.97. Diamond is 3.16. Gold is 2.74. I actually, I think the only trophy tundra bean goose I've ever taken was on PlayStation 4, and I shot a diamond. So, I think with that in mind, we are going to take him home, because I don't think we have any tundra bean goose in our PC lodge. Oh, that's a raccoon dog all the way out there. All the way out there. What are you doing out there? I want you. I want you bad. This one's a level 6 raccoon dog. I'm going to try my best to take him down. Oh, there's another one to my right, but I'm not going to worry about him. So this one here is about 250 yards away. Let's see what I can do. Oh, nailed him. Nailed him. Could not have gotten any better than that. So this one was a level 4 tundra bean goose that we killed. This one's a dark gray. I will take him just for the different plumage type. 2.91 he scores. 316 again is diamond. Gold is 2.74, so he's not much higher than gold, but I'll take it. We actually aimed a little too low. We should have been a lot higher up here. Maybe more towards the back of the head, and it would have maybe sunk down into the flesh here instead of hitting him in the pelvis, but either way, this works. Wow, all of a sudden, there's all kinds of geese out there, and they're flying off. Oh gosh, okay. Let me see. Do I have time to even look at what they are? I don't think I do. I don't think there's anything super crazy over here, just a level 3. Couple level 2 females. Yeah, there's no big males here. Let's find our grouse. Alright, let's take a look here. I also don't think we have any gold grouse, so I will take this one as well. We're getting all kinds of trophies today. 111.17. Gold for black grouse is 105, and diamond is 120. So, technically speaking, this was not very far below diamond. But at the same time, this is not very far above gold either. So, a pretty even medium. Oh my god, we shot him in the liver. It was from 184 yards away, but we still could have aimed a lot higher. That's still a very good vital organ to hit. Either way, you know what I mean? We still should aim just a little bit higher. Alright, here's our first raccoon dog of the day. He was a black-white color variant. Very, 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 very pretty. 7.27 was his score, so he was just barely above gold. Diamond is 9.29. Now, I love raccoons. I love raccoon dogs. I don't think we're going to take him with us, just because I know if we kill a 7 or an 8, they're going to be much higher in score, much closer to diamond, and we want the best of the best in our trophy lodge. I already have a couple gold raccoon dogs in my lodge, so we'll skip out on him today. The shot was perfect. From 261 yards, and he was moving. We aimed just far enough ahead to be able to scrape that lung. Now, I would have liked for this to be a little further back, a little more center lung. He was moving too slow to make up for the adjustment and movement that we were making, aiming way over here. We probably could have aimed a little closer right here, and it would have been a little more center lung, but I'm not going to be too picky. I think there's another raccoon dog over here. I keep hearing something purring at me, but I'm not going to stick around and ruin the zones, ruin the pressure here. Although I think I already have. But that's okay. It's just geese, it's just birds. Not a big fan of birds. That's not going to be my biggest problem. So, I'm going to keep wandering around here, try to get all the outposts, and I'll catch you back here in just a second when I find something cool. Right off the bat, I'm spotting more geese back here. I'm assuming those are geese. If they're not, there are lots and lots and lots of geese. What? What the fuck? What the fuck? That's a diamond. That was a level 5. Where did he go? Oh, no. Oh, what? Okay, he's all the way out there, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let me find him again. Yeah, there he is. God, he's already 510 yards away. What? How did the render distance get that far? Did they change the render distance? Usually you can't spot animals once they reach like 300 and 400 yards. That's nuts. Anyway, that's really promising, really exciting news. So that's something to keep our eyes peeled going forward. Let's go pick up our grouse, and maybe we can come back and find that tundra bean goose. I was wrong about these birds way, way, way out here. These are black grouse all the way out here. Well, I see just one now, but there were multiple. Yeah, there's 2 more alongside. There was a level 2 there. I think she's gone. But since they're females, we're not going to take aim at them. We're going to leave them be. Let's pick up this male and see what he scores. 112.63. Not bad. He was closer to his maximum. Since we were zeroed for 164, we were very, very, very accurate, almost like to a fault. We hit the middle neck here instead of anything actually vital, but this will work. 120 is diamond. I think I will take him. This will work for right now until we can find something much bigger. Well, I'm going to take this outpost, and hopefully it'll give these geese some time to come back. There's a 4, 3... okay, this one's not the flock that the 5 was in. They were headed the other direction, so... but they'll be back. Like I said, I'm going to go pick up this outpost, and after that, we will come back and see if our geese has returned. We spotted another very, very, very big flock of geese, but that's not the geese that included our level 5, unfortunately. But we're going to keep our eyes peeled and keep looking. I'm still around this very same outpost where I spotted the level 5, but that doesn't mean that his zone is necessarily out here. I'm also getting warning called by a black grouse over here. He's alarmed, so he's running off. I'm going to try to catch him on the fly. Oh, yeah. Good shot. Amazing. There's another one, I think, unless that was also him. But I don't see anybody else. So far, the biggest prey that I've been made aware of that exists on this map would be red fox. I've not seen hide nor hair of any kind of, like, red deer or anything of a bigger game variety other than birds and small prey. So maybe this is just one of those smaller prey maps. This black grouse is the biggest one that we've killed so far at 113.61. Again, diamonds 120. So we're inching closer and closer and closer. I doubt, highly doubt, there's always a possibility, but I highly doubt that I have any initial spawn grouse. I doubt that I have very many initial spawn diamonds, period. But I feel like grouse is going to be a little harder to hunt for in diamonds if we find one at all. I know we have our goose to look forward to and try to find, but trying to find him is going to be arguably very difficult. I see a level 4 here in that flock of geese, and in this one there's a level 3, there's a level 4, there's a level 2, a level 2. Yeah, nothing super special out here for us. If I can get these guys to land, I might be able to snipe one of the level 3s or level 4s, but I don't know how long I'm willing to wait out here. I think instead I'm going to head this way into this open area. I've already killed something down here where this outpost is, but I haven't been up through here just yet, closer to this lake and closer to this outpost, so maybe there's more goodies hiding for us out there. There's a small family of raccoons out here. I'm going to try to get in closer to them and try to take them out. They are class 2, so I don't think I'll be able to use the 22 LR, so I will have to use the Varminter for this, which is fine. It seems to me like they're just a bunch of females, but that one is a gold back there, a gold variant, or a gold fur type raccoon. And I'm a little more partial to them, but I want to take whatever would be biggest. So there's 3 to 5, there's a 4 to 6, there's another 4 to 6, and she's a 3 to 5. So it'd be between either this one here or this one here. Right over. Nailed that one though. Am I gonna be able to hit this one on the fly? Maybe. Mayhaps. No, I'm not gonna have to. My arm kind of went up at the wrong time. I also killed a female fox. I'm not going to spend a lot of time dissecting her. I'm just going to pick her up, and then we're going to go get our raccoon, so hang on tight. Alrighty, here's our little raccoon. Let's see what she scores. So we were barely able to hit the liver there. We should have been a lot more forward. We were kind of rushing from 230 yards away, almost, just about. We did aim a little too high, unfortunately, but we were able to luckily scrape the liver. This works out. Now, she was only a level 1, and she was a female, so she wasn't even a silver scoring raccoon, so we're not going to keep her. Gold is what we normally want for trophies at the very least, but we would prefer a diamond. And gold is 9 at a base level, and diamond is 12 at a base level. She's definitely way out of our score bracket, so we're going to pass up on her for now. I think when we scared off all of those raccoons from earlier, they all fled back here, and they're all just chilling out here with this black grouse. There's more geese above my head. There's just geese everywhere, whether it's gray lag or tundra bean. Very interesting. This is going to be like another one of those Yukon experiences where they add geese to a map and they're just fucking everywhere. So far, there's a level 2 male black grouse over here, but I'm not seeing any male raccoons, which is kind of insane. This guy has a maximum of 118, so I may go after him. I just feel like he'll be the bigger grouse out of the bunch. As for raccoons, these are all females, from what I can tell. So I don't think we'll be taking another one of those, but I think I will be taking one of these grouse. I'm gonna pan over. Yep, I called it. I had a feeling that there was gonna be more animals in this area, so I'm gonna check that out in just a second. Now I am gonna take this guy. He's from 119 to 100 or 210 yards away, so I do think I want to get in just a little bit closer and get closer to my 0 distance. That way we can secure a better, healthier shot and not have to worry about anything else. If I can help it, I'll try to take out both of the male pheasants here. I don't think I have a good sighting. Yeah, I don't have a good sighting on the other male grouse either, so I guess it's just him. Oh, there's geese out here. There's a 3, there's a 2, there's a 3, 2, 2. I think they're just stopping for the moment. Unfortunate, that's okay. Oh, there goes the other one. Nailed him. Took me a minute, but I got him. Let's pick up our grouse. 111.91. Yeah, we're definitely not going to take him with us. This was a better shot. This was more center body mass, despite it being way too far back. But this will work. I'm not going to complain about this at all. The grouse are very pretty birds. Very pretty birds. They're just very hard to shoot. I see some geese landing down here around these big turbines. There's a level 2 female, level 2 female, there's a level 3 male, level 2, there's a level 2, there's a level 2. Yep, nothing great over there. I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to go get them. Here's our next grouse. They were both in the same score range, even though they had maximums of like 118 and 116, so these are kind of disappointing little birds. Again, we were just hitting that intestine shot. Now, fortunately, where these are class 1 animals, it's not going to matter where we hit them on the body. It will always be a kill shot or a vital shot, so that's not something we have to be concerned about, whereas that is something we would have to think about when in terms of shooting raccoon or raccoon dog or fox on this map. Either way, I think we still should be taking better shots so that our shots are at least more towards center body mass. I am going to head in this direction, however, and hopefully we'll see something interesting out here. Watching the geese land over here obviously draws my attention because I want to see if there are any other geese laying out here. Maybe our level 5 tundra bean is going to be out here. I've got another raccoon zone out here as well as another tundra bean goose zone. There's only one big goose here, a level 3. I am going to take it while I still can. Just aim just a little high here. Or, you know, just shoot 800 ways right over it. Cool. Embarrassing. That's okay. Maybe we'll get our redemption arc. Because there is another giant flock of tundra bean goose just over here. I've only seen a level 3 male in this one so far. That would be worth taking. There's a level 2 male. Yeah, there's nothing super crazy in this flock either, but it's okay. We're just inching closer towards what we're actually looking for. I'm going to get a little closer in here, maybe take a look around just to make sure I'm not seeing anybody else. Yeah, I'll get closer to them and try to take a much better shot. Okay, this one's attentive, so I need to go ahead and take him while I can. Yep, that will work. He's down. I did aim a little high. I did aim a little above the wing, maybe looking at the spine. Again, I'm just hoping that wasn't like a gross spine shot. And maybe this actually hit an organ, but we shall see. Anywho, here's our goose. He scored 2.80. That is gold. 2.74 is base for gold, base level for gold. So he's not much higher above gold. We do want our diamond scoring at least 3.16. But he will do for now. Again, we seem to have shot him in the pelvis. Our heart is in the right place, but we're still aiming too far back. We need to be somewhere closer to center mass so we can hit like an organ, an actual vital organ, instead of a bone. And again, these are just class 1 animals, so no matter where you hit it, it's going to be a vital shot. That's not something you have to worry about with class 1s, but we do want to be better at aiming closer to center mass and hitting our vital organs on any animal, no matter their class. It's just good practice. I'm gonna head more towards these like this marshy stuff, and see what happens. See who all we see here. Maybe we'll see something more aquatic here. Maybe there's like, I don't know, gators or crocs or something, something bigger. Because right now, as far as I know, there's not been anything out here any bigger than a fox, which kind of sucks. Another species that whoa, what was that? Oh, that was my dog. Anyway, another species that I didn't expect to see on this map. These are tufted duck. So that's another class 1 bird, class 1 species that you should keep your eyes peeled when you want to play this map. There's also a ton of raccoon dogs out here drinking. They will come out here. This is a pretty good place if you want to find raccoon dogs. But in the meantime, I did shoot this pheasant. It was on the ground, so I don't think it's going to give me my full score. Yeah, it was grounded. It was a white-brown plumage type ringneck pheasant. Shot him. Well, that's better. We're aiming just a little too high. It was only from 128 yards away, but we should have just let it fly away since we weren't going to be able to like catch it while it was flying away. We should not have waited for it to hit the ground before we shot it. I'm going to keep looking around here and see if there's any other animals we have yet to explore on this new map. So, first glance, you know, obviously, some things you're going to expect in this little section of the map here. Raccoon dogs are going to drink here very often. You're going to have geese and tufted duck flying over your head in this area at all times. When I mean, like, the sky is, like, peppered with them constantly. I mean, look at this. Even these guys here. I mean, they're just flying above my head, being nosy while I'm looking at the map. But you're going to have geese and duck over you constantly, 24/7, 365, when you're in this little marshy area. Now, I've only been, I think, about here, so about halfway through here. I've only been in this section here. I'm getting ready to make my way across this section here. And let's see what we can find on the way there. Here's another species that we haven't seen at all yet so far. This was a total surprise in passing. These are goldeneye. So there are birds everywhere. Literally everywhere. Birds of every type, every color, every shape. They are everywhere. I'm going to try to take one or two of these goldeneye. And there's also some tufted duck sitting out in the water here as well. Not very interested in the duck much, nearly as much as I am the goldeneye, so let's try to take home these two guys. One of them has a max of 1038, and one has a max of 1030. They're both 2 minor. I'm not going to expect anything super crazy from this one, but seeing as this one's base weight is 2 pounds, I'm definitely expecting more out of him. 2 goldeneye down in this area. We can technically afford to take one more duck from there, but I didn't want to wait around and just take a pot shot at one of them. And I also don't want to hurt these zones. I've hurt quite a few raccoon dog zones in this area here. There's one here and one here, but there were like 1 or 2 others in this section here. I also have one more raccoon dog zone here. They drink along this ridge here. They drink through here. They drink all throughout here. You're going to find them everywhere. As for goldeneye, this is the only place, it's the first and only place that I've seen them actually eating or drinking in this area. So let's see how let's see what they score, and let's see if we can find any more zones later on down the line. It is still very early in the day. It's like 13:56, so that's almost 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. So they should be everywhere. So this one, he was 2.05 pounds. He was 917.63. Gold is 1020. So the fact that he had a 1030 max score and didn't score closer to that gold estimate is kind of disappointing. But I'm not going to expect anything super crazy out of a duck here. I'm not super crazy about birds anyways. The shot was a little high. It was closer to the spine than I would have liked it to be, but I'm sure the shot on the other duck is going to be a lot better than this one. Oh, I'm getting warning called by Eurasian widgeon over here. So that's another species that I didn't expect to see here on this map. That's pretty crazy. Everybody's here. Oh, here they are. Okay. So as long as I have a zone here for them, that's all I need. My dog is currently looking for my other goldeneye. Pardon him. I do think I will try to take a widgeon just to see what they've done to them, if they've done anything at all to them. And that will be the last bird I take from this area. Here's our other goldeneye, shot from 150 yards away. Not a bad looking bird. This one did score gold, albeit not very much higher. 1030.35. That's not a bad score on it at all. A little low gold duck. Diamond is 1230, so that's something we need to keep our eyes peeled for if goldeneye is something we want to hunt for in the future, grind for. Overall, not bad, not terrible. I expected the shot to be a lot lower. Maybe would have hit a vital organ instead of a bone. I keep hitting bone, it seems, in these ducks and these birds. But since they're class 1, it technically doesn't matter. I would just like to start taking shots or making shots that are more center mass. And here's another species, another bird species. Eurasian teal. We haven't seen any teal on this map, to my knowledge, so far. So that's another species of bird to add to this list. This is turning out to be Reventuli, without the bigger prey, without like the whitetail and the moose and the bears, you know what I mean? Man, these birds are gorgeous. Look at that, like, brown reddish plumage. They're just very, very pretty birds. This one was only a level 1, so I'm not and I never will expect anything super crazy out of a level 1 animal. This guy scored 636.30. Silver is 590. Gold is 770. So he was over 100 or so points under gold. And that's a little disappointing, but again, difficulty level 1, nothing super crazy here. We're definitely not going to take him home with us. From 154 yards away, I'm still hitting spine. I'm still hitting over. But I think what happens is I see them sitting in the water, and I'm scared I'm going to hit the water in front of them, so I aim higher to accommodate for, like, the surface of the water. But even if I do hit through water, that's the point. I can hit through water, and I need to remember that. So I can aim lower and try to find my way into the center of mass a lot better. I'm going to try to hit this Eurasian teal out here. Just see what will happen. Oh, I'm going to end up scaring it off. Nope, there it goes. Now, the pressure, yeah, I was able to keep my zone here. There's a tufted duck, goldeneye, Eurasian widgeon, and Eurasian teal zone here. Excellent work. I thought that was going to be the last bird I was going to take, that widgeon. But I do want to see the teal and see how they're doing, see what they look like, see what they're up to. There have been so many different unique species of bird that have been introduced to the Hunter Call of the Wild within recent years, and I think it's a nice change of pace. The game definitely appeals to big game hunters a lot more, but it also appeals to a lot of bird hunters too. When you compare it to the Hunter Classic, especially, there are a lot of people that merged over to Call of the Wild from the Hunter Classic. The species list on Classic is far greater than Call of the Wild's, I would argue. It's slowly catching up, though, just based on all of the birds and all of the flying species that keep being continuously added to the game, and the various different ways you can find them. Speaking of finding species and finding birds, I'm going to have to find a way to get over there so I can pick up that teal, so bear with me. Give me 1 second. Well, I did make it over here, but I've also found a zone for tufted duck, so I'm going to try to take out the biggest tufted duck over here to try to preserve the zones I've already got here, but to also just preview, just to take a look at the models here, the scores here. Let's see. There's a 930, or one with a max of 930 rather, and then there's one here with a max of 944. I think what I'm going to do is take out this one here. Aim just a little high, not very. Oh, I shot over him. Oh, no, I didn't. I nailed him. I think the pressure will, if I take another one, will also take out the zones around it, so I'm just not going to touch the rest of that zone. It's very tempting, because this one has a score, or a max, rather, of 930, and then the rest are females that don't have very big scores at all. However, since I've finally made it over here, I am going to pick up the other bird that we were looking for, just to see what he scores. Alrighty, here's our next bird, the Eurasian teal. Look how gorgeous that plumage is. That green reminds me of a peacock, you know what I mean? Especially with the stripes, the way it's almost like helmet-like in nature, those green stripes. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bird. So this one scores 341.30, gold is 336, and diamond is 354. This is a bird that I don't have in my lodge at all. And we actually did hit closer to center mass on this bird. We actually hit an organ, the liver. So not a bad shot to take at all. We're definitely taking this one home with us. I don't have this bird in my lodges at all, even in, Hall of Shame lodges. You know what I mean? There's not a single one in my lodge. So this is a nice addition to have. Here is absolutely the last bird that we are going to take from this part of the map. This is a tufted duck. Now, upon first inspection, you're going to see these feathers across the middle of its forehead, and its, eyes are kind of close together. Kind of like your ex from high school that no one really liked, and he kind of smelled weird, and you didn't really have that, off vibe about him until, way later when he actually gave you a reason to dump him. He's that kind of bird. He's not a very good-looking bird, not a very sightly bird, you know what I mean? However, the value is not in the way he looks. The value is in his score. He scored 904.25. Gold is 852, and diamond is 963. So I would argue this guy is, a pretty decent, not quite middle, not quite average, but he's somewhere in there. He's in the middle of the middle somewhere, whether that's on the lower side or the higher side, doesn't really matter, but he's kind of in the middle of the middle. As for the shot here, we did kind of shoot him in the butt. But that's... I keep shooting him in the butt, man. I keep shooting him in the bone. I'm not hitting any organs except for the Eurasian teal, obviously. I need to start looking center mass and stop being afraid of the water's edge. Either way, I also don't have any gold tufted ducks, and this one is actually a pretty manageable score. This is something I can justify taxidermizing, so I'll put him up in my gold lodge eventually. So now that we've gone through several different bird species that could only be found, I'm assuming, near bodies of water, such as this, or the marshy areas, such as this piece of the map here, we're going to go get this outpost, and we're going to see what all is down through here. Very, very, very excited to see. I may have to end up resetting the time. I'm not quite sure yet. I guess we'll see when we get there. In this part of the map, I'm also seeing some rabbit burrows, so there are rabbits here. I'm also spotting some red fox. One's a 5 medium male and 5 medium female. There's a 6 hard raccoon dog, a 3 easy, very easy raccoon dog. But what's more appealing to me are these rabbit burrows. So these burrows are very, 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 very unique. Not a whole lot of maps feature these burrows, but when the European hare was introduced to Call of the Wild, that's when they introduced these burrows. They're very unique, very special. They're on Hirschfelden, one of the biggest maps that feature the burrows. I can't think of any other maps that feature the burrows off the top of my head, but how fitting would it be to include the burrows on yet another German-based map? So keep your eyes peeled. My burrow is here. They may not be here on your map. Burrows are going to be specially placed in many different places around the map. They're not going to be like cookie cutter. Like my map is not going to look like your map, obviously. That goes for everybody on any map in Call of the Wild. That's another small prey to add to the list. Oh, actually, speaking of, I've never heard of that species before. That must be new. Gadwall? Is that what they're called? A godwall? Gadwall? I've never heard of that bird before, never seen that bird before. We're going to have to find some zones for them and inspect them. I've never heard of that before. That must be brand new, exclusive to this park only. So here we are, just past this outpost here. We're in between this one and this one. This one's in Henkelpot, and this one's in Fieres Blockhouse. I'm butchering the shit out of that. But anyway, this area of the map is just gorgeous, this marshy open area. I already have a drinking zone here for raccoon dogs, and I have heard them in the area, so they do come out here and drink. I assume that they would if it's marshy, open, watery area. But there's also a new species of duck that I have never heard of. I've never seen these before, so these must be new additions, exclusive only to this map. I don't know why they're flying away now, but these are the ferruginous duck. Very interesting. I've not had a chance to take down any one of these. They just kind of sat here in front of me, but I was not able to get a shot in at one of them. But very interesting. That's another species, another small species to add to this map. There's some raccoon dogs fleeing away from me. I assume that black grouse, since I stopped moving, has already gotten away. But this forest here, right in between these marshy areas, is ripe, full of foxes, raccoon dogs, pheasants, grouse, all kinds of cool shit. And then you get like over this hump here, over this hill, and you see all that marshy area. And there's going to be geese, raccoon dogs, there's going to be all kinds of duck, all kinds of widgeon, teal, all kinds of cool stuff. This area, this whole map is so diverse. And where it's so small, it's just chock full of life. You're going to have a hard time going anywhere without spooking something. It's just full of animals and full of things to do. I'm going to stay in this area here and see if I can spot more of this ferruginous duck. And see if we can't take one down and investigate. Oh. Well, hi. Let's see if I can get you to take off so I can shoot you. You're very pretty. I like your little blue head. Nice. Let's see what we got here. 16.21, just barely above gold. He was a white-brown plumage type. We shot him from 26 yards away. I don't know how that shot counted. That was far, far away from a vital shot. That shouldn't have even been a shot at all. But, you know what? I think we're going to take it. We're not going to taxidermize him because I know we've seen bigger ring-necked pheasant in the area. So, let's just keep the ball rolling. So, I've also spotted some mallard. Mallard also take place on this map. I can already tell from, even from this distance here, over 320 yards away, that's a piebald, but not only is it a piebald, but it's a level 2 duck that has a maximum of 21. His base is 19. I don't know about you guys, or if you know anything about mallards. I already have a diamond piebald mallard, but that is a diamond duck. Point blank period. 19, base 19 is diamond for duck, so that's a level 2 diamond duck. I'm going to run over here and see if I can't take it. Sounds like I am going to need a diamond coyote after all. I was just talking about that in one of the earlier episodes, how I was going to stop looking for coyote. But coyote actually have a multi-mount with mallards. So it would be really cool, really interesting to have a multi-mount with some diamond ducks on it. And I already, if I take this one, rather I think the question is if I get to take it, I should be able to have enough ducks to make a multi-mount. Because I also have a rare female mallard. I think she's melanistic that I can take off of a multi-mount in my gold lodge, and I can use it for a diamond multi-mount. So there's our boy, 19 to 21. That's crazy. That's 2 diamond potential animals that I've seen on this map. I'm going to try to inch in a little closer, be as quiet as I possibly can, and be as out of sight, out of mind as possible, because this is one duck that I actually don't want to spook. I could give a fuck about the rest of them that I've seen today. This one matters. Alright, I should be able to hit this duck from where I'm sitting now, zeroed for 164 yards. I should be able to hit it center mass, point blank period. Let's see what I can do here. That wasn't exactly center mass, that was a little far forward, but that's okay. I'll also go ahead and take that one. Yeah, that should be okay. Nice. I think we've just got ourselves a diamond mallard. Oh, there's some gadwall over there. Shit. Did I spook them? I saw some birds flying off. Yeah, I did. Well, fuck. So this is the piebald one. You can tell by the big white splotches across his face. But again, this is not a rare fur type for ducks at all. Mallards, at least. Let's check it out. Wow. Wow. That is a big duck. That's a very big duck. I'm still going to take him because he's huge. But 19.61 is diamond. I can't believe how close he was. I could have sworn he was going to be big enough. Oh well. That's what I get for, I guess, no pun intended, putting all my eggs in one basket. Let's take a look at this one. 17.18, so nowhere near diamond. That's okay. We just had a pretty spectacular sighting of a giant duck. He very well could have been diamond. His maximum was at 21, but it's okay. This guy, I can't remember what his maximum estimate was, but it doesn't matter. He's piddly. He's pocket change. Ah, here's some gadwall. Never mind. Okay, let me see. Oh, there's more. Oh, that's the ferruginous duck. I don't think we've killed a ferruginous duck either, so this is gonna be fun. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time looking for a high-scoring gadwall because I'm not familiar with them enough. They're a new species. I'm just gonna find one and go for it in the gadwall, and then find one and go for it in the ferruginous duck. All right, I'm gonna try to nab this gadwall from this distance. Okay, there's one. And then the ferruginous duck, yeah. Nice! 2 brand new species, exclusive only to SALZWEISEN Park. I can't wait to investigate these guys, even though I'm not much of a bird hunter myself. Let's go take a look. Alrighty, so here's the first one. This is the gadwall. Very elegant looking duck. I must say, like the detail in the plumage, the detail in the models here, they are phenomenal. I think the team did a very, very, very good job on these little ducks here. Very pretty ducks. This one is a male 2 minor. He was only 2 pounds, and he scored 922.22. Diamond for gadwall is 1050. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Since this is our first one, the first one we've ever killed, first one we've ever seen, we're going to take it home with us just to show it off. We aimed high, I thought, aimed a little high, but ended up sinking into the little belly there, otherwise known as the keeled sternum. But that's okay. That's our first duck, at least of this species, so we're not going to worry about it too bad. Let's check on this other one, the ferruginous duck. Oh, these are pretty. Oh, these are pretty. I love that plumage type. That red-brown, that is beautiful. I wish we could taxidermize him, but he's only a silver, and I'm not putting a silver in my gold lodge. But he scored 898.82. Gold is 900 on the dot. Diamond being 1050 as well. Very interesting. We shot him from about 192 yards away. Shot him in the little butt. But that is center mass. That line right there through the center of the body, that's where we want to keep our reticle. So this is a better shot. We actually hit an organ and not a bone. I will take it. Thank you, Kanye. Very cool. Again, I'm not much of a bird hunter, but these new birds are very interesting. They look very, very, very elegant. The models look wonderful. Per usual, I think the team always performs very well when crafting new models for the game. So, very, very exciting. I'm personally very pleased with this map so far. Now, I'm going to keep wandering this way. Just going down a little bit, going more towards this outpost before I make my way over here. Because this one's on a higher elevation. It's going to be harder to spot and hunt on higher elevations. So I'm going to go where all this flat land is and see what all else is on here. So now that I'm heading towards this outpost, one thing that I've noticed about this area, you know how I said how in higher elevations it's going to be harder to hunt and spot animals in this area? Not at all the case. I've been consistently surrounded by raccoon dogs, common raccoon, and red fox, as well as birds flying overhead this entire time, and I have not had a hard time at all spotting them and taking them down. At all. I've killed 3 foxes since I've started my trek here, and I've killed 2 raccoon dogs since I've started walking up here, and I've spotted many geese, I've spotted many ducks, so there is life aplenty here, and they are not at all hard to spot or track down from this elevation. Especially on the way this way, because it's very clear, very open. The foliage here is not as thick as it looks. They're very easy to spot, easy to track. And look at this bank, this beach almost. Do you know how easy it's going to be to find your raccoon dogs down here and all your birds? This is such a good area to set up for a grind. It's going to be so easy to find birds. Oh my god, speaking of. Yeah, look, there's ring-necked pheasant down here. That caught me off guard. I thought that was a level 3. But there's ring-necked pheasant down here resting. I assume there's going to be grouse down here. There's going to be raccoon dog drinking along the water here during the later hours. There's going to be all kinds of duck and geese laid out here in the water eating. Like, this is going to be such a good little place to find smaller prey. And, like, the cool part is, too, this beach just seemingly goes on forever. This is seemingly, I'm assuming this is on, like, a little island here, right? This whole park is like an island. Well, not really. There's, like, a lot of inland here, so I guess it's just an extension of Hirschfelden. Nonetheless, this beach goes on for miles and miles and miles. So you're going to find raccoon dog, you're going to find grouse, you're going to find, like, pheasant, you're going to find duck, teal, widgeon, all kinds of stuff all along this water. Alright, everyone. I have not uncovered every one of these outposts, but I've uncovered outposts in at least one of them in every possible region. In some regions, I've even gotten all of them in those respective regions. If they're still green, I will go back and get them. However, outposts are not my biggest concern right now. There's one last thing about this new map that I have not touched on, and I've waited till the very end to try it. And that would be, ta-da, the skeet shooting target practice range. Now, I'm bad enough at bird hunting as it is, so we're going to take a look here, see what we can do, and I'll show you maybe just how bad this is. Now, this is my first time using this. I'm not very familiar with this at all, but I'm going to try. So, I'm going to hit the X button here. This is going to launch my target. I'm going to try my best to hit it as it goes. Oh, there it went. Wow, okay. Holy shit, okay. Oh, there's more burrows out there, cool. That's another thing to look out for is the burrows. Okay, so I can't do that. I can't do that. I have to be... Either... Okay. Okay. Maybe I should fix my 0. Maybe that would help. Okay, I'm getting better now. Oh, there goes. No, damn it. I'm not hitting them in the air. I'm hitting them as they're, like, landing. And that's an issue. That is a big issue. Okay. That didn't help. I thought that taking my scope off would possibly help. Oh, that kind of does. Okay. Okay, that's not helping. Well, what if I do this one? Okay, I got that one. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Where did that one go? Oh, fuck, it was late. Aw, that was my bad. Okay, there it goes. No, I hit the thing. No. That was the up-close ones. What about right here? What about right here? Single trap, 3 to 27 yards. Oh, holy shit. They threw that bitch. Oh my god. Where'd it go? Oh, shit. So they throw that bitch way out there. Oh my god. Yes! I got one! Oh, okay, cool. Come on, I can get this one. No! Okay. I'll get this one. No! Okay, I'll get this one. No! Okay, I'll get this one. Fuck me! You know what? No, this is cool, this is awesome, but I don't know how I feel about just fucking embarrassing myself here with this. Okay, what about this one? Oh my god. Maybe I do need to just readjust. Oh shit. Maybe I'm not aiming far enough ahead. Nope. Oh, I got that one, yes! Okay. Okay. Oh, I got that one. Okay. Shit, they yeeted that one. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is definitely going to be a learning curve for me. This is going to be a huge learning curve for me. This is not something I'm good at all. But I'm not going to give up. I'm just not going to keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. At least not today. Alright, now time for my overall final thoughts on SALZWEISEN. I think this is a brilliant little, if you want to call it this, extension of Hirschfelden. I think this is a nice little inclusion. Overall, I don't think it really needed, in my opinion, an extension. I think these things could have been added to Hirschfelden overall, instead of just having like a small park DLC edition. I'm not going to complain about it, though. This works. Ironically, this works. I just don't think it was worth an extension overall. I think these things could have been added just to Hirschfelden altogether. Because that's what this really does feel like. This feels like Hirschfelden Plus. Or, not Plus, maybe. Hirschfelden Light. You know, like Hirschfelden 2 Electric Boogaloo. With just like your red fox and your raccoons and your hare. But also there's two different versions of duck. They included the great one pheasants in this update as well. Again, overall, very, very good. I enjoyed it. It's really, truly a bird hunter paradise. If you really like Reventuli Coast, if you like playing on Reventuli Coast a lot, especially for its selection of birds, you're really going to enjoy this map. I, as a bird hunter, don't really enjoy it on the same level that a bird hunter would, because I don't hunt birds a whole lot. It's not to say I didn't have fun. I enjoy this map, and I'm definitely going to come back to it at some point, especially for the new bird editions. But I don't see myself playing this map all too often, and that's just because I'm not really a bird hunter. There will come a time where I need to get a certain diamond. You know what I mean? I will eventually have one diamond of every species in the game. That's when I will come back to this map, but I don't see myself playing this consistently over and over and over and over again. If I have any recommendations to you on this map, do not carry around a 22 LR rifle. Carry around a shotgun. If you're already skilled in taking down geese and grinding for geese, this map it's got everything you already need. It's got flat open area to where you can set up your geese, your decoys. You can set up your blinds. All kinds of stuff. If you're already pretty good on that, then you know what to do here. You already know what to do. But this also works if you're the arcadey run and gun kind of guy like me, especially if you like the smaller prey like the foxes, the raccoons, and the raccoon dogs. I already have a diamond fox. I do need to go and get a diamond raccoon and a diamond raccoon dog. Those are on the agenda. And there are tons of species on this map that you don't need to wait for takeoff for or shoot out of the air in order to get a good score out of them. So again, this also appeals to the run and gun type of play style. I have not tried out the new guns yet. That will be for next video. I just wanted to encompass the map as it was today. Get my first thoughts on the map, and then I was going to try out the guns. So expect the new guns that came out with this map in a separate pack in the next video. I say that because I don't want to recommend those new guns for this map just yet. This map is very good for shotgun players, especially with the way, it's pretty much overpopulated by birds. Shotguns with birdshot are the most effective way of taking down birds. I do recommend the Varminter on this map for raccoon dogs and raccoon and fox. Those are the biggest species that you're going to get on this map. There are no antler variety animals here. There's no antlered species on this map. You're not going to find gigantic predators on this map. There are no bear. There are no large prey on this map. Like, there's no bison. You're not going to find any red deer. You're not going to find any whitetail, for example. You're not going to find any fallow deer. Everything stays around the limit of, like, class 1 and 2. So bring you a shotgun with birdshot, whichever you prefer. Bring you the Varminter. And I think that's pretty much all you would need for this map. That and a bunch of different bird collars. You're going to want a predator collar for the foxes. I'm not sure if there's a collar out for the raccoon and the raccoon dogs. I think there's a raccoon collar. You'll want to bring that with you. Scent eliminator would be a pretty decent choice to bring with you as well, especially if you're going to be walking up on the shoreline of lakes and stretches of water and rivers, and you don't want to scare off any birds. You're going to want tripods. You're going to want stands. You're going to want blinds. I wouldn't recommend using the four-wheeler on this map either. The map is pretty small as it is, and the animals here are very lively. You are constantly surrounded by animals, no matter where you go. I'm saying there's like zones, spawns and zones within like 20 yards of outposts here. Last but not least, if you had to pick a dog companion, unfortunately I would not recommend the Bloodhound. Now, I know this map was designed to accommodate the new German short-haired pointer, but realistically, the pointer would be good for flushing birds out if you're wanting pheasant, especially with the new Great One pheasant out. That's going to be a grind in and of itself. German short-haired pointer will be very, very, very good for that. Overall, I think I would prefer the Labrador. I think the Labrador Retriever works a lot better here, or at least in my mind, I think it would. There's a lot of marsh, there's a lot of water, and there's a lot of birds that eventually you'll have to like fish out of the water. Sure, you could wait and they could float up to you, but there's a lot of water here and there's a lot of different birds that wade out in that water. I think the Retriever would be a lot better for this map. I guess it just depends on what you're doing. For geese and pheasant, I guess the pointer wouldn't be bad, but for literally everything else, the Retriever would be better. That's my concluding thoughts for SALZWEISEN Park. If I could rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this map about a 7, I think. 6.5, maybe 7. Only because, I'm not partial to birds at all. I will eventually need them, so this map will be good to have. I wasn't really able to utilize my dog all that much, but then again, that's my own fault for picking the Bloodhound over the Retriever or the Pointer, which both are arguably much better. The map was designed to accommodate to those breeds specifically, so that was my bad. The addition of the skeet shooting range is very fun. It's very cute. I like the map size. I like that it's a smaller map. I like a giant map as long as it's populated with animals, but if you give me a map that's really big, like Medved, don't give me a map as big as Medved, not populated. That's my biggest problem with Medved. It felt way too big and way too empty. Whereas on a map size this small and it's just overflowing with life, overflowing with animals and activity, I almost feel like it's too small. My last thought about this, I wonder, since this is technically just an appendage, if you will, of Hirschfelden, I wonder if they're willing to do the same thing for other maps. I wonder if this is kind of like a foreshadowing into maybe an extension of Africa, or a new Africa DLC with different animals. The way they've done this for Hirschfelden with all the different birds and the foxes, the raccoon dogs. I wonder if they can do something similar with Africa, if that's the kind of content they're wanting to put out. Because for maps this small, and there wasn't a whole lot of new species introduced with this map, which is perfectly fine. I feel like it's a lot easier to pump out content for the game in this way than it would be to just fully develop brand new maps. So if they were to make extensions, I think they could do something like this for Africa, which is something that a lot of players, if not most players, have wanted for a really long time. And all that to say, this map is like a 6.5, maybe a 7, at least to me. Those are my final thoughts on SALZWEISEN. I do plan on exploring this map more later on down the road, especially with the new guns. I'm going to be trying to use the Pointer and the Retriever to see how well they do, so keep your eyes peeled for that. So, with all of that being said, if you like what you've seen today, leave a like, subscribe if you want, ring the dinner bell for notifications next time I go live, or next time there's a new upload. I stream on Twitch, you can find that in my description below. I also have a TikTok where I post clips of Call of the Wild content that don't quite make it into my YouTube videos. You can also visit my Instagram lodge. I lovingly refer to it as my Insta Lodge, where you can find harvest screenshots, you can find lodge tours, trophy tours, all kinds of good stuff. More extra content that doesn't quite make it into YouTube or TikTok. Alrighty, that's going to be all for me today. I appreciate you so much for sticking around if you have. It was great to see you again. Let's get together again soon. I'll see you next time. Roll the tape. Hey there. Thanks again for watching my video. If you'd like, you can select the link to my right to subscribe today, or if you're looking for more Xander content, you can select the links to the left of me to watch even more of my videos. Or if you'd like to keep in touch, you can check out the links below and find me on all your other favorite social platforms. And with that, it was great to see you again. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you next time.